Hello students, today let's study our chapter first of Geography of class 7th, which is representation of geographical features. Now what is this representation of geographical features? Representation means to depict or show again. Now what to show? Geographical features means all the man-made as well as natural features. Man-made features means your roads, buildings, canals, etc. are man-made features. Natural features means like mountains, rivers, valleys, plains, etc. Means both these man-made as well as natural features are your geographical features. Students, in your earlier class, you have used maps to represent certain geographical features like political map, physical map, isn't it? Let's have a recall of those. So, map. What is a map? A map is a representation of any area of the earth on a flat surface. Yes? Now, there are maps in which we show different kinds of geographical features. Like in physical map, what do we show? We show natural features like mountains, rivers, valleys, plains. Then in political map, what is shown? Boundaries of country or states, towns, cities. Then is your thematic map. What does it show? It shows weather condition, soil type, vegetation, etc. So, what you have to study here is topographical survey maps. Okay. So, what are these? Topographical survey maps, commonly known as topo sheets, are large-scale maps which represents both the natural features and man-made features. So, natural features means your rivers, mountains, drainage, etc. And man-made feature means towns, buildings, roads, etc. Means topographical survey maps represents geographical features which consist both natural as well as man-made features. Okay. Now, this topographical survey maps, they have their own purpose. Like they are used in planning of roads, towns, irrigation. They can also be used for military purposes. They are useful, they are helpful to give information to engineers, surveyors, tourists, geographers, geologists, etc. Now you might be thinking that who is preparing these topographical survey maps? Yes? So, topographical survey maps are prepared by Survey of India Department. So, to your knowledge students, Sir George Everest, on whose name Mount Everest has been named, was the first famous Surveyor General of India. Now, let's see use of colors on topographical sheets. Okay, students, you might have used color in maps to show certain kind of features. Yes, like in political maps, you might have used green or blue color. In physical maps, you might have used shading. Yes, to show height variations of different landforms. So, here also in topo sheets, there are certain colors which have its own significance and also which are universally accepted are used to show different geographical features like black, yellow, green, white, blue, brown, red. Okay, these are the colors which have their own importance and these are the colors which have been agreed, which are agreed colors and also they are universally accepted. Means other than these colors we can't use to show any of the geographical features. Yes? So on page number 9 of your textbook of geography, a table has been given, in which it is in which the details of these colors are given, which are representing various geographical features. So kindly go through it. Now let's see what are conventional signs and symbols. Yes. So these are universal language that can be understood by all. Yes. It gives a lot of information in a limited space. Now, why these conventional signs and symbols are used? Because of limited space in map, it is impossible to show the actual size and shape of different features like buildings, roads, bridges, trees, etc. Is it possible, students, to show the actual shape and size? No. So therefore, these conventional signs and symbols are used. These symbols, they give a lot of information in a limited space, with the help of which maps can be easily drawn and read. For example, see here, like this is a sign, this is a symbol which depicts permanent settlements. See, this is also a sign which is showing fort. Now see, this is PO, which is showing post office. This RS, it is depicting railway station. Okay. A glossary of conventional signs and symbols have been given on page number 14 to page number 18 of your textbook. So kindly go through it. Okay. Now study about grid reference. What is this grid reference? In a very common language, a grid is a net of lines that form cells, like you have seen in the graph paper. Yes. So to locate a man-made or natural feature or conventional sign or symbol on the topo sheet, we use this grid reference. Okay. Now, for using grid reference, we must know what eastings and northings are. Okay. So, eastings and northings, what are these? The vertical lines which are numbered from west to east are known as eastings. Okay. And the horizontal lines which are numbered from south to north are known as northings. Yes. Once again, what are eastings? These vertical lines. Yes. See, like this is 40, this is 41, this vertical line is 42. So these are numbered from west to the east direction. So they are known as eastings. Whereas look at these horizontal lines. See, this is 27, then this is 28, 29, 30. These are numbered from south to north direction. So these are known as northings. Okay. Now, to find out the grid reference, what we have to do is we should know the origin as well as the eastings and the northings. Okay. So in this concept, what is a grid here? Here the network of vertical and horizontal lines, or we can say the eastings and the northings, are called the grid, which is also identified as grid reference. Okay. Now see, if we are told to find out the grid reference of this symbol, which is a fort, so how we will find it out? So to find out the grid reference of any conventional sign or symbol, there are certain rules which have to be followed. Like, first of all, we should know its origin. What's the origin of this cell, where it's located? So always the origin will be your southeast direction, means this will be your origin. Okay, this is southeast direction. This will be your origin. Now to find out the grid reference, what we will do? We will write the easting first and then the northing. Okay. Like this southeast direction, this origin is your this 41 and 28. So to write grid reference, what you will follow? You will first write easting, which is your 41, then northing, which is 28. Then what you will get? You will get 4128. You will get your 4-digit grid reference. Okay. In this way, we are calculating grid reference. So students, rest of the topics I'll teach you in other video. Okay. Thank you.